I feel like I've had a very busy day today, but I think it's just because I did like 3 things that I wasn't anticipating doing. So I guess I have had kind of a busy day as far as like how my days have been going recently. So this morning my mom asked if I would go with her to get a new phone because she doesn't like to like do that kind of thing by herself. And so I was like, yeah, of course I'll go. So we spent like an hour and almost an hour and a half getting her a new phone. And like the people at the T-Mobile store were like so very nice. And it was interesting because the amount of people that came in that had like wanted help with things that like weren't T-Mobile. Like there was this one old lady who needed help with her Facebook account and they were like, we don't have anything to do with apps on your phone. But like the woman working still tried her best to like figure it out, because if it was going to be like a quick and easy thing that she could do, she was going to try, but it ended up being like something more complicated. Then there was this other woman that came in that like wasn't with T-Mobile. She was like with a different carrier and stuff, and they were like, we can't do anything about it because this is T-Mobile. Like trying to explain that to her, she was confused. No judgment, like stuff is complicated. But then, okay, so a couple of, like, last week, maybe even 2 weeks ago, I got a text from my coworker, who I haven't seen since I left, and they were like, hey, this customer, this longtime customer that we, first name basis kind of person, they came by and brought you a gift, so it's here whenever you're able to pick it up. And, like, a couple of times, so that was like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll be able to come in after my cardiology appointment. That didn't happen. And then she contacted me again like a little like last week and was like, hey, so this same customer has brought more stuff for all of us to kind of like pick through, but he wants you to be the first one to go through it. And I was like, okay. Actually, I didn't know that part. I just knew that he had brought more stuff in to like look through. And so she sent that text to me while I was out with my mom. So since I was with my mom, I was like, hey, can we stop by at my job because of this? And my mom was like, yeah, we can do that, no problem. So I went to my old job, and it was so lovely to see them. I wasn't there for very long, just long enough to like look through the different things and talk to a couple of people. I'm gonna try and go back next week and spend a little bit more time catching up with people. But I wanted to show you the things that I got because they're crystals and I like that kind of thing. And then after we stopped in at my old job, we came home, and my mom still had to go back out a little bit later to pick up my nephew from school. And so I made a little thank you card for the customer, and then we dropped it back off at my job on the way to go pick up my nephew, and then came back. So I have been out of the house a couple of times today, which is unusual for me lately. It's very strange to be out and about. So as we were driving home from my nephew's school, I started to just feel kind of queasy. Like just my stomach is unsettled. So I came home and made this to help settle my stomach. I'm also in the beginning stages of training for that new job that I mentioned in the last video, which is basically just a lot of reading right now. So I'll get back to that once I'm done taking a little bit of a break. So here are the different things. Isn't this a beautiful piece of something? I don't know what it is. It's not very heavy, but it's beautiful, whatever it is. I love the green. It's gorgeous. I love it. This clear quartz egg, and it has a couple of different like inclusions in it, and it's certain like right in there's a rainbow inclusion, and it's just really, really cute and adorable. I love that little egg. This is Epido, and in better lighting you'd be able to see it, but ooh, you see the sparkles? I hope the sparkles show up. But this is just a really cool sphere of Epido. I don't have any Epido, so now I do. And then this, I don't know what this is either. It's not really showing up super well in this light. I wish I had like a flashlight or something, but I use my phone as a flashlight, so. But yeah, so I don't know what this is, but it's pretty cool. And then this cool black tourmaline pyramid. This is really cool. It's really, really heavy. I love this. I have no idea where I'm going to put any of these. Need to find special places for them. And then this is also, I actually think this might be something else, but this is another piece. It's very reflective. You can see my window. And then I also got like, oh, I'll show you this. Like a couple of different like tumbled stones that are cool. But then I also got this fairy stone, which is really cool. Like this is naturally occurring. And they're called fairy stones. They're super cool. I gotta put this over here by this. And then I got this beautiful amethyst point. Oh, you see that rainbow? Oh, look at that. Isn't that so pretty? And then last but not least is this tower. What is happening? So, beautiful piece. I am so grateful to have just such generous people in my life who miss me when I'm gone. I really hope to get back to work sometime soon because I could do both of these jobs, the work from home, and I would love to be able to go back to work. I miss my friends. I miss my coworkers. And then I also got a book in the mail. This is Bad Theology Kills by Kevin Garcia. I'm really excited to read this. So I'm trying really hard to be more optimistic and positive this week. It does help that I've got this new job to focus on. But anyway, I am going to try and be more positive this week. I don't fault anyone for this, like, at all. I know that the people that I'm talking about only ever do this out of care for me. But how do I get people to understand that chronic illness is traumatizing and that what I'm going through right now is triggering a lot of past trauma and further traumatizing me? And so every conversation that I seem to be having with people, they want to talk about what I'm going through right now. Because like I said, they care about me. They want to know what's going on. But they don't understand the more I talk about it, and every single person I talk to wants to talk about it. But they don't understand that me talking about it is just constantly staying in this trauma place. When what I need is distraction, what I need is escape. Like constantly talking about it out of like a therapeutic setting isn't helpful. It's traumatizing. It's harmful to me. Especially now, and I should just go, I don't know, should I just go into every conversation with people ready to talk about my trauma? Like, I don't know, because people don't give any warning that they're just gonna jump into questions. And I know that it's my responsibility, and I should be like, you know what, I don't have it in me to talk about this right now. Like, that's on me, and I take that, I guess I just need to take that responsibility. I don't think people understand how horrible this time in my life is right now because of the trauma I've experienced, because of this chronic illness, because of this system that we are placed in that just wants all of us to die. Like, that's so dramatic sounding, but it's like the truth. I don't want to keep talking to people and like go through each and everything that I'm having to do and deal with, because it's like every conversation I have with someone turns into that. And I'm like, I don't want to talk about this. Like, please talk to me about literally anything else. Because like it's just triggering. It's just triggering now my anxiety. Before this conversation, I was just enjoying my evening, and then I was like bombarded with questions about things that are very triggering and very traumatizing and very stressful. And now I'm just stressed because I don't have access to what I need. But it's no one's fault. It's my responsibility to set boundaries and to speak up for myself. Don't you love how yesterday the first clip of this video was like, I'm gonna try and be more positive, and then the very next clip is like, trauma, 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 trauma. Before I stopped working, a new girl had started, and she had this popcorn, and she let me try it, and it was really good. I haven't seen it at where I grocery shop. Like, it's never been there. And I was like, well, I'm not gonna make a special trip somewhere to get it. It was there today. It's literally just popcorn and sugar. That's all it is. But it's so good. I think I made a mistake. I think I'm gonna give myself a stomach ache because it's so hard to stop eating. It's like 10 o'clock in the morning right now. Oh my gosh. It's so good. It's so good. Okay. But I seriously have to stop or else it's gonna make me sick, and I have so much training to do for this new job. So that's what I'm doing today. Don't mind me just crying watching the Olympics. There's something about it that just always like brings me to tears. Like something about like bringing people together like from all over the world, and they're like trying their hardest and what they've worked so hard for. Anyway, I'm watching figure skating. Okay, I'm cutting in here because I've now tried to upload this video twice, and each time I get copyright claims. Even though I don't make any money from my YouTube videos, I'm still getting copyright claimed. So, because I showed like clips, like tiny little clips of the Olympics. So I'm not going to show you any of it. And I don't have the patience. Oh my gosh. Okay, so anyway, I love the Olympics. There are lots of problems with the Olympics. I wish that we could fix those problems, because at the core, at the purest level of the Olympics, it's beautiful and wonderful, and I love it. Then the other thing I was going to say about the figure skating, if you're interested, I specifically talk about the Canadian team, where there is, I don't know their names. Hold on, let me look it up. Vanessa James and Eric Radford. I said that they were my favorite because their song was a Harry Styles song, one of my favorite Harry Styles songs. So that in and of itself made them my favorite. Okay, I made that comment. And then while I was like filming, like showing the clip of them, she fell. And like that's awful and horrible and so sad. But she like had the most beautiful smile. Like she took it with such like grace, and it was just beautiful. It was such a beautiful moment, even though she messed up. And then I talked about how if you think about, well, first of all, I was talking about just how absolutely impressive figure skating is, and how like couples figure skating is like a dude on ice skates holding a woman up with one arm, and then she's like sprawled out and like holding herself up, and it's just like absolutely incredible. It's so easy to get like caught up in the beauty of it, but when you like actually think about what they're physically doing, it's mind-blowing. And I was showing you clips along with what I'm talking about, but I can't do that because of copyright apparently. Even though I was talking over it, I was giving commentary. I don't understand. Anyway. But then I was talking about, like, after she fell, that, like, even if you get all the way up to the Olympics and you mess up a little bit, you fall, you don't medal, you're still, like, better than 99.9% of everyone else. Which I get, like, isn't the point of going to the Olympics. Like, you want a medal, you want to place. But anyway, I don't know. I was just like blown away by, one, the beauty of figure skating, two, the impressive like actual physicality of it. This Canadian team specifically, I loved them. And not just because of the Harry Styles thing, but also just, I loved watching them. But they didn't place very high because she fell. At least in that. I don't know about the rest of the time at the Olympics because I only watched this one day. Okay, YouTube, are you happy? I didn't show any clips, Sorry, I'm sorry. Even though I don't make any money from these. I don't know why I got copyright claimed, but I'll stop complaining now. In other news, I am working really hard on training for this new job, and it's so hard. It's a lot harder than I was expecting it to be. And I'm trying to stay optimistic and remind myself that, like, just because it's hard now doesn't mean it's always going to be hard. Like, there's definitely a learning curve, and I have to be more compassionate with myself and, like, not be so hard on myself that I'm not getting it like that. But it's a lot of information to know. It's just a lot. So I'm doing my best. What's also frustrating is that, like, I don't get paid for the time I'm spending, like, learning. I only get paid for certain things that I produce within the training that are, like, the things I would be writing on the job. I'm being vague because I don't want to just tell my business, like I said. So that's another thing that's also, like, a mental thing that I just have to get past. I just have to be okay with the fact that I'm not getting paid to learn it. I'm getting paid to produce and, like, prove that I've learned it, which is, it's a mental thing, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in days. I should probably look to see what the last thing was that I recorded. Okay, so it was the Olympics. And it's now Tuesday. That was Saturday. So yeah, it's been a couple of days because I was having a, like, mental breakdown over this training for this new job. But yesterday I had a breakthrough and everything just kind of clicked, and I sent in, like, my first, like, just the very first training thing that I had to write up, and I got really good feedback. There were only, like, 2 tiny little minor things I had to correct, but other than that, I did really well. So now I'm actually getting paid to do the training. Everything up until now has been just unpaid, but now anything I do is paid at a lower price because I'm still in training. There's still someone above me that's, like, looking over what I do, so they get part of the, and that is the sound of someone trying to talk in the group chat. But I feel so much better about it. I was struggling. I was agonizing about this training. I just, like, it was not making sense in my head at all. It was so hard. But then I had a talk with one of my friends, and I don't know, just, like, after that conversation with her, like, things just clicked and I was able to do it. And so I'm feeling really good about that. I hope you enjoy the sound of the rain while we chat. A couple of days ago, or within the last couple of days, I was scrolling through TikTok and came across this woman. I don't remember her name. It was just someone that showed up on my For You page. And I feel bad about it because I'd like to give her credit for this, but she was very adorable. She had colored hair. I think she was wearing glasses, but that's all I could tell you about her. But and she was sitting in her car too. Anyway, so she was talking about how she views everything in life that happens to her as hilarious. Like, she just genuinely finds everything so funny. Like, she was talking about how she has a stomach ache. It's hilarious. Like, something else happened to her. It was so funny, you know? And I couldn't really relate. Like, at the time, like, I didn't get it. And so I don't even know if I liked it necessarily. Like, physically, like, hit the little heart button. But I was thinking about it today. Like, it came back to me today. And I was like, I get it. I totally get it. So today is my birthday, and I'm not a big holiday person, as I've mentioned before, because there's always just, like, this pressure that I hate. And I know people are like, you can make it whatever you want. It doesn't have to be pressure, blah, blah, blah. But it happens. I don't know how to stop the pressure from happening. And it's like, I was gonna say it's worse on your birthday, but it's not, because not everyone is involved, like, with, like, a big holiday. Anyway, I had plans for today. I was not even anything big and extravagant, but I was gonna go to a bookstore with my mom and buy some books. And then I was gonna order myself some lunch from like my favorite little place, and like that was gonna be my day. But all of that like hinged on me getting my tax refund money back when I was supposed to get it back. Because I was supposed to get it a couple of days ago. Like it was supposed to already be in my bank account and ready to go. But that didn't happen. It's been delayed, and so I don't get it now for another couple of days. So it's like fine, whatever. I came to this realization that my birthday wasn't gonna go as planned yesterday, and I was okay with it. Well, also another thing that happened yesterday was that like after lunch, sometime after lunch, like my stomach was just hurting really bad. I was like nauseous for the rest of the day. I like didn't eat very much dinner, and then like all night I was just like sick to my stomach, right? And this morning I'm not like any better. Like it comes in waves. And like just a little bit ago I was like, ooh, are these chills coming on? Like that kind of thing. And it's hilarious. It's just so funny. Oh, also the fact that it's raining. And I know lots of people love the rain. I don't love the rain. It makes my vestibular symptoms worse. Like I'm more dizzy today than I have been in the last couple of weeks. I've got like that pressure headache going on. So it's just hilarious. It's just so funny that like I woke up this morning on my birthday to no texts or messages from anyone. I have received some like as the morning has gone on, but it's just like one of those things where you wake up and there's like nothing and you're like, cool. Especially if you're like a single person who is by themselves all the time. And then to have like no money in my bank account to like do the very small little things I wanted to do today, and to have like a stomach ache and be nauseous and have a headache and have it be raining. Like it's hilarious. Like it's so funny. Like genuinely, like I'm not even like sad. I'm just like, this is too funny. This is just so funny. And I really think it's because I saw that girl's video whenever I saw it within the last couple days, and I'm like, yeah, life is hilarious. Life is so funny. It's so funny. So I got done with one of my training notes for this morning, and that's all I'm gonna do today. I literally have the time to like do at least 2 more today, but I'm like, I'm not going to do that. Today, what I'm gonna do is lay on my couch. I'm gonna read the books that I already have, that I have been neglecting. I've been in such a reading slump, and it like stresses me out for some reason. I'm gonna play some Breath of the Wild. I'm gonna play some Animal Crossing, and I'm just gonna be sad. But like a funny sad. I'd rather be funny sad than like the alternative, I guess. So yeah, I'm just gonna have a boring lunch because I can't afford to buy anything. and that's actually a good thing, because like my stomach is too upset to eat the meal that I would have wanted anyway. Yeah, my mom's gonna make me some cupcakes. I just hope that by the time those are made this evening that I actually feel like eating them. I feel like last video we ended the video on a high because I got the job. And I feel like I'm ending this video on a high, despite the fact that it's my birthday and it's raining and everything. I do feel like I'm ending this video on a high because I really like the job. I mean, I'm still technically training, but after having that breakthrough, I like really enjoy it, and I'm just so grateful that it came along. And as long as I don't think about the healthcare system and how I don't feel any support, I think I'll be okay. And hopefully, yeah, but we don't have to get into that. So for my birthday, my mom got me a new plant, which we all know I love. It's a great present. But I've never had one like this before. I think it's a type of fiddle, but we don't know for sure. And this little thing doesn't say. But it's so cute. I love it already. And then she also got me She also got me this beautiful little sunflower arrangement, and I really love the jar. I'll be able to use the jar even after these plants, these flowers pass away. But look how cute. The jar even has like a little sunflower on it. I don't know what these little white flowers are. I've never seen flowers like that before, but they are so cute. Oh, I'm sorry if you don't like that, whatever that thing is called where you're, you don't like little circles. Sorry if you have that. I'm really, really sorry. It looks like my plant is dying, but it's just like the little things that fall off. But it's not dying. It's doing perfectly fine. It's very healthy. Little mama, are you coming to say hi? Yeah? I got 2 of your babies inside. My childhood best friend's mom lives across the street from me still. And so she just texted me and she's like, "Are you home? Can we meet outside?" Because she told me she had a card for me. And I was like, "Yeah, of course." It's such a silly card. Anyway, it's very sweet, very cute. Love her a lot. And it's always good to see her. And my best friend that I've known since I was a child, right? They've lived across the street from me. I need to empty out this water. Anyway, childhood best friend. Oh yeah, so anyway, but my best friend, who's a year younger than me, has a cousin who is my exact same age. And not only that, but we were born on the exact same day, exact same hospital. She was just born in the morning and I was born at noon. So anyway, it's just cool that we have that same, like, I know this girl, we've grown up together practically through my best friend. Oh, anyway, so that cat is a neighborhood cat, but my friend's parents like provide for it outside. And actually that cat gave birth a few years ago to like a litter of kittens, and we ended up taking 2 of the kittens, which is why I said I have 2 of your babies in my house. So another thing, I'm really spacey right now because I just went on a 10-minute walk. As you saw earlier, it's very beautiful out today. Well, it was rainy and then it's like still kind of cloudy, but also sunny, but it's cold. It's really nice. It's beautiful today. So I was like, I'll go for a 10-minute walk. And now I'm like so lightheaded and spacey and trying to make sense. Oh man, what was the other thing? I feel like there was another thing I was gonna say. Oh, I do remember. I'm trying to be positive, but this is more complaining from me, but it's so frustrating how, like with my other job that I'm physically not able to do, it's frustrating to find a job that you actually like, that you're passionate about, that like fulfills you in some way, that one, you physically cannot do. In my case, I physically cannot work enough hours. And 2, even if I could work enough hours, I'm still not paid enough to like live a satisfying and safe, adequate life, right? I'm not paid a livable wage. And so it's so frustrating that that's a thing. Like you could find a job that you genuinely like, that you're passionate about, that you're good at, that you find fulfilling, and it doesn't matter because you either can't physically do it or it doesn't pay well enough. Another example is this current job, this current work from home writing job that I have, right? I love it. I know I'm just very new to it, but like the more I do, the more I like it, and I like the company, I like the people, I like the actual like writing aspect of the job. But even once I get good at it and like can do more, because you get paid per thing that you write, obviously. But even if I were to write the max number that I could, which like the girls that have been doing it for the women that have been doing it the longest, who are like really good at it, they gave a number of like how many they can usually get done in an hour. And like I did the math and I'm like, even doing that is still like minimum wage. So it's just frustrating that like I have again found another job that I do like. This one I can physically do. And yet, even if I were to work the fastest that I could, I'm still only making minimum wage. But, oh well, that's what I'm doing. It's what I'm doing for now, and that's just how it is. And I'll have to keep figuring it out, I guess. I don't know. I just wish things in life were more fair, but life just isn't fair. That's just it. Life just isn't fair. So, anyway.
Happy birthday, dear Lizzie.
Okay, I have to show you this adorable video that my other childhood best friend sent me of her daughter for my birthday.
Happy birthday, Aunt Lizzie. No. Say happy birthday.
She's so stinking cute. I love her, and I love her little clip-on earrings that she got at Disneyland for our other friend's birthday or wedding. She's just so freaking adorable. I love that baby so much. So yeah, we're, like I mentioned a couple of clips ago, we're ending this video on another high. I am feeling really awful physically. I think I have a stomach bug or something. I don't know. Or I have fear. I have concern that this is like my Lyme getting worse, and that it's now like really affecting my digestive tract. That's like worst case scenario, okay? Could just possibly I just have a little stomach bug or a little upset in my digestive tract for some reason. I don't know. So I've just kind of had like on and off nausea and stomach pain for the last 3 going on 4 days. But it's fine. It's fine. And then I'm really enjoying my job. Like I have said many times, my new job, my work from home job. Be safe, be well. I hope you find ways to enjoy your life, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.